Now, for more than a decade, bringing you the very best new original music from New Hampshire-based artists on IPMNation.com and 100.1 The Planet, this is Local Outbreak. Hey everybody, welcome to this week's Local Outbreak on IPM Nation and 100.1 The Planet. Matt Connerton here with you. And we have something a little different for you this week, kind of unique. I recently had a conversation with Ryan Gorman. Now, Ryan has been on the show before. Actually, I think he's been on a couple of times over the years, and there was one, well, the first time he was ever on, he was coming on as part of the hip-hop group, the fictional comedic hip-hop group Airtight, and that remains to this day one of my absolute favorite Local Outbreak episodes ever, and I think we've had him on a second time since then. But Ryan is a local artist here in New Hampshire. He's done music, but he's also a comedian and actor and a very, very creative guy, and likes to, he had a television show for a long time in Manchester. He's done a lot of stuff. Really interesting guy, very creative, and works in a lot of different, he's an artist, also a visual artist. Just so many things to talk about, and we had a really great conversation recently, so I want to bring you that interview with Ryan Gorman that we just recorded, where we touch on, because here on Local Outbreak, it's not just about music, but also other artistic endeavors also going on in the Granite State, even though we focus mostly on New Hampshire artists, New Hampshire musicians, but we're going to get into all kinds of stuff with Ryan, so I want to share that interview with you, but first I do want to play, and this is an Airtight track that I don't think we have ever featured on the show before. This is called Grand Duke John. So we're going to play this, and then we'll go to my recent conversation with Ryan Gorman right here on Local Outbreak.
Stand upon, cause I'm on the knuckle is the Grand Duke John. Grand Duke John. Everybody do the Grand Duke John. Move left now, back game on. That's how you do the Grand Duke John. Grand Duke John. Everybody do the Grand Duke John.
Now you've never grown up in a fortress like me, surrounded by tanks and sneak up royalty. I'm one of a kind, baby, do it the best. Got the keys to the tanks and the Royal Corvettes. I whips those vets with the rag tops down. Pedal to the metal, wind tilting my crown. No speed limits for the roads that I'm on, cause my motherfucking uncle is the Grand Duke John. That's right, baby, he rules this state. Got a cock full of diamonds and I'm stupid rich. You heard me correctly, I got diamonds on my cock. So what you want first, the David Blaine or Cosney? I'm sorry, what's that? You'd rather do neither. Perhaps you'd rather play a game of Kick the Beaver. That's what I thought, that's enough of your mouth. I don't want to hear it unless it's making noise on me, that's how.
Red carpet's what we stand upon, cause I'm on the knuckle is the Grand Duke John. Grand Duke John. Everybody do the Grand Duke John. Move left now, back game on. That's how you do the Grand Duke John. Grand Duke John. Everybody do the Grand Duke John. While my younger brother's primary topic was of romance, this song is really about a brand new dance. Move left. Now jump back, now bust a move until you break your back. Open up a bottle of Moet and Chandon. Grab a couple of beautiful buxom blondes. Proceed to the dance floor, let's get it on. And everyone in the place do the Grand Duke John. Smoke and drink all day long. When the night time comes, we do the Grand Duke John. Always finding plenty of time to get it on. Even when we're having sex, we do the Grand Duke John. It doesn't matter if you make it on your own. You grape a pond with a plastic swan. Luxembourg represent. When the sun comes on, make it rain and do the Grand Duke John. Red carpet's what we stand upon, cause I'm up in the uncle is the Grand Duke John. Grand Duke John. Everybody do the Grand Duke John. Move left now, back game on. That's how you do the Grand Duke John. Grand Duke John. Everybody do the Grand Duke. Red carpet's what we stand upon, cause I'm on the off and uncle is the Grand Duke John. Grand Duke John. Everybody do the Grand Duke John. Move left now, back game on. That's how you do the Grand Duke John. Grand Duke John. Everybody do the Grand Duke John.
Welcome back, everybody. It's Local Outbreak on IPM Nation and 100.1 The Planet. Matt Connerton from IPMNation.com here with you. And here is part one of my recent conversation with Ryan Gorman. Yeah, so what are you doing these days creatively?
So we've got, as you know, we were hoping of launching in like 2019, but we're a lot closer now. We're at the stage of editing down to get to our first pilot episode of it, but we're relaunching Amsterdam.
Okay.
But it's just the name is the same.
Right.
It's not like a
so Peter White's not involved, obviously, in this iteration.
He absolutely could be, but he's not involved in the day to day. I would love to do a little Peter White minute or something like that.
Yeah.
But it's got sketches. A lot of sketches that I've done, and then old clips from it's heavily music based too.
Yeah.
So featuring much like your why is it? I was on it. Local Outbreak.
Yes.
Similar to that. We'll feature.
Oh, cool.
Not necessarily local bands, but up and coming bands. Like the first one we're doing is The Shift.
Oh, great. Great. Yeah.
So yeah, it's going to be a lot of that stuff. A lot of the stuff is like from the vault, like stuff that is just, I have hard drives full of stuff. And then the biggest thing and the thing I'm most excited about, and it's finally it's done. The treatment for the screenplay is done. But I wrote a Stacey Wilcox movie.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, it's called, I can give you a brief, without giving away too much.
Yeah.
But it's called The Maplehurst Cup, Stacey's Final Chase. And it's at the end of Stacey's career. He's, done everything. He's, done, won everything, broke every record. He's the best.
Yeah.
He's got a catchphrase that I stole from a kid that lived down the street from me when I was little. Anytime I'd do a trick on my bike, he'd just ride by me and go, "I'm better than you."
Yeah.
So that's Stacey Wilcox, "I'm better than you."
Yeah.
And everything. The story is he's giving his speech, at the Mount Macho Hall of Fame, which is a small Hall of Fame in the California Valley, outside of Hollywood. That he funded and he started himself, and he's the first inductee.
Yeah.
And as he's giving his speech, telling everybody that they can thank him for, all the years of watching him win, this and that, a reporter from the Union Leader raises his hand and says, well, according to our notes here, you've never won the Maplehurst Cup, which is a neighborhood street hockey tournament here in Manchester.
Okay.
And so it's about him. He that really irks him. So he flies back to see his, go back to his hometown where he's actually not really well received. He's, as you can imagine, I know this will be shocking to everyone, but they think he's a douche. He's not the nicest guy. So he hasn't seen his twin brother Courtney in a long time. His twin brother was over in Japan playing professional baseball, and he was never a showboat. He was never it's a real yin and yang story. And
yeah,
of course, there's an epic karate fight between the two of them when he gets home. And then it's about them coming together to try and win this tournament. together, and
Oh, wow.
there's characters like Mean Gene Poutine, who's like the all-time most notorious street hockey player around here.
Yeah.
And there's a love interest, and then of course I will tell you this much: the final game is between the Wilcox brothers, which is Courtney, Stacy, and then in goal is their older brother Leslie, and the final game is against 3 young girls. They're ages 6 to 11. That's the final game, and you know how Stace is like.
Yeah.
He doesn't think much of broads. Broads can't do anything. So they have to play against 3 little girls, the Beauty sisters, BYUTI, and. Yeah, it's funny. I'll let you read it when. Actually, I was going to have Abigail proofread it for me.
Yeah.
She's an English teacher, and
Yes.
I don't have much of a command of the English language. Well, you have a good command of it, just not grammatically.
Right.
So,
How long have you been working on the script?
it's like over a year.
Okay.
Over a year. I had the idea a year ago, and then kind of started coming together, and then literally, like I think it was like the day before my birthday. There was like one last part. Like I'm like, how does that all tie? And I made it come together. And there's it's got everything you want, dude.
Yeah.
Disco dancing, roller skating, fighting, ninjutsu. Yeah, it'll be fun. The epic brother battle, because Stace with nunchucks, he's
Yes.
out of this world. Well,
Yes.
his brother Courtney with a katana is no slouch.
So what's the next step? So the screenplay is done.
The treatment for it.
For
so
the
it's,
treatment.
It's not like.
Oh, okay. So what's a treatment?
So a treatment is basically an overall scope of the film, like the idea. It's more in depth than like a page of like a synopsis of it. It's more in depth than that, but it's not a breakdown of each scene by scene. It's not a it doesn't have line for line like what each of the lines are going to be. I mean, I have an idea what a bunch of them will be.
Yeah.
For example, the girl goalie for the other team, her name's Anna.
Yeah.
Beauty. And that was just so I could make the joke, kick save and a beauty.
Very nice.
So-
So what is the next step then? So the treatment is done.
So the next is to have, like I said, I need somebody to edit it and type it. I can't type fast enough. It's handwritten, right. So I'd like to dictate it to someone like Abigail or or as she's probably like, dude, put me on the spot.
The token English teacher.
yeah. And then that's a great question. I mean, I have an idea what I'd like to do. I'd like to get it in the hands of one Don Tibbetts and see if he can get it in the hands of one Happy Madison production executive. But I don't. Although there is, I got to say this.
I know Adam.
I did write a great part based on Don Tibbetts.
Really?
Yeah, it's the referee. He's got an eye patch. He wears roller skates.
Yeah.
And of course, he has the catchphrase Yahoo.
Yeah.
So, but it is based on Don Tibbetts.
Oh, okay. Cool. Oh, so the other thing, I wanted to circle back to this because we kind of stumbled upon this and I can't believe we've never talked about it. So you do have ADHD.
Oh, yeah.
So the reason, part of why this is so interesting to me, and I don't think you've ever met Dr. Kevin, my friend Dr. Kevin, or maybe you have.
Dude, I think he was on the air? Was he did he call once?
He's been here with me. He's been on the show a few times, although not for a while. And I, the first Thursday of every month, I call into a show that he does. He does a show online called the Dr. Kevin Show. You might have met him at some point. He used to hang around with Norm a lot. So you might have run into him. But so Dr. Kevin has written some books. One of them is called Managing the Gift. And it's about, he's done a lot of work in the area of ADD, ADHD. And he talks about how it can be, you shouldn't see it as, people think of it as disability is not the right word, but
no, but that's what it is.
But
I listened growing up. It was what's wrong? Like what's wrong with him? What's wrong with it? And honestly, now at this age, I mean, it took 43 years, but now I'm like, thank God. Like I don't want to be anything else.
Well, that's the thing. So he says his contention is, and like I said, he talks about it in his books. People who have ADHD tend to, you can get a lot accomplished. You're very creative. You have the ability to sort of hyper focus on things, which in some cases, as long as you're not getting distracted and you're able to hyper focus, you can actually be more productive in your creative endeavors.
And that's the problem, though. It's not a choice. I can't hyper focus on Sam. Sitting in a boiler room trying to make sales calls I can't hyper focus on that because it's of zero interest to me.
Yeah.
So as long as it's something that's of interest, but then it becomes like an obsession of I don't really sleep. I sleep like 2, 3, 4 hours a night, and that's been that way since I was
on Thursdays.
It's been that way since I don't know, as long as I can remember. My dad's the same way. And I think my dad had it as well, because one of the jobs they say that people with ADHD are great at is pilots.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because you have to constantly be like...
Interesting.
Yeah. Huh. And you can also, they're very reactive.
When you have to be constantly you mean on it?
Engaged, yeah. You have to be...
Flying a plane?
Yeah, you have to just if an alarm goes off on the plane, you're able to, we don't have that whole, freeze up and be like, oh, what do I do? Shoot. That doesn't happen. It's more of that habit. The alarm goes off and you're like, all right, I gotta,
yeah.
Which it is great in those situations.
Yeah, yeah.
In regular life, it's...
Creatively, it's an asset.
Yeah, for sure. And I think to push anybody that has a brain like mine to something that is not them can be crippling.
So Matt, let me give you some insight about Ryan. He's not he don't want to say that. I will say it. He is genius-like. I don't want to actually say he's a genius, but he's a complicated brain, but he comes up with some gold, the best brainstormer. So if you ever creatively get in a slump, even if he doesn't say anything, he gets you to where you need to go. And brainstorming is the creative cheat code, basically.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
And other creatives are always happy to do that and help.
Right.
So, when he says, if they took that away from him, I don't know if he would be the eccentric guy that would... His ceiling's higher with that, quote, ailment.
Right. Well, in this...
Than without it.
Yeah.
Yeah, in this world, and this...
Creatively.
Society, I listen, it's people...
In other words,
I'm an acquired taste too.
But you wouldn't want. So in other words, though, you wouldn't.
It tasted good the first time I tasted it.
Okay, we're back on FM, so be careful. Okay. Now, so you wouldn't want to be on some kind of medication that would dull that.
I've tried it, and first of all, the medications that they put you on.
Yeah, they're uppers.
Well, no, but that's works opposite for me.
Right. Yeah.
Which is
not me.
And first of all, I can't great. Give me a prescription to Adderall. They'll be gone by the second afternoon. Let's not forget that I have chronic addiction illness. It's not. I don't know. I don't know. It's frustrating. My brain, when people around me are just can't you get it together? Or
frustrating to us too.
No, it's frustrating. It's frustrating to almost everybody.
Yeah, yeah.
But the people that do have faith in me, the people that stick by me and put up with it, they're angels, first of all. But my girlfriend is I don't know how she deals with it. She's put up with a lot, and I'm very lucky.
A lot.
Yeah, a lot. But I'm lucky. But
Ryan,
I can get over that hump of
Ryan. A lot of people say this about you. Ryan is a great person. He just makes bad decisions. That's all. But you have them. You have their heart.
Here's
the heart is
here's
there.
the thing. I think that's very true. up until maybe like last year, or the year before,
Like
where I
love
really
you
consciously,
I love you so much.
Where I consciously make sure I don't put myself in positions
Right.
where that can happen. Where I won't be with people that are, I don't know, like, you know, like you ever hear the people like complaining that they like, oh, I just got arrested yesterday, and then just like you find out what they're doing. It's like, well, dude, don't get in a car with somebody where it's unregistered, like, and you're like, don't do that.
Right,
like,
right.
I used to be really impulsive and just like do that stuff, and now it's like I try and steer clear of that because I have enough problems like just navigating through this on my own without.
Right. Don't put yourself in situations where you're going to make bad
But
decisions.
that's easier said than done, too.
Right. But,
Peer pressure is a big one.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, but at some point,
FOMO.
but see if you can get rid of the FOMO, like at some point, it's just like, bro, you used to always you'd call me like, bro, why don't you have a car? Why don't you hang out? It's like, well, because
that was 3 days ago. I said that.
well, no, but it's like, well, because you make it really difficult, and I have to do like a bunch of stuff in order to do that, and then I end up like I was the other day. Like, it sucks. Like, I don't feel like no. So the answer is no.
But do you find, too, that like the peer pressure gets, as you get older, the peer pressure becomes less of a thing because you just
I just don't care.
Less.
I care less and less about, honestly care
that's
less and less about, I don't care what.
That's one of the, that's one of the few nice things about getting older. You care less about what other people think.
You tighten up your pocket for sure.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, I need to know that I have my friends to just while out once in a while. Like, I have to have a crazy night here and there. I do.
Well, that's fine. I have crazy nights all the time. That's
without that, knowing I can have it, that can impact my today. If I know tomorrow that's gone, even if I know it's just hanging there and I never take it, but I know I could just go crazy because I have these friends that will do that, and like it's secret crazy. It's a fun night, you know. But if that was gone, like if I moved to a different city and that was gone, I would be not as good today. Not looking forward to a crazy night with my boys. You know.
You know what you'd have to do is you'd have to find out what city I moved to, and then you'd have to move there with me.
Right.
You would be crushed if I left you.
Well, I'm not living in the Keys. Okay.
No, I'm not leaving New Hampshire. I'm gonna stay here. I love it.
Duncoit's right down the road.
Airtight. Willy Money. Flesh Guns. God. Airtight sex game on lock. Behold, God. Beat it down right in time with the rhythm. Open your mouth for royal issues. When we speak, you listen. Alright, change positions. You wanna see those ears right in our face. Your pussy is a spacecraft. Take us out of space.
Uncle Touch, back on the cut. Say what's up to a couple of sluts. Time to go dime me mine and dip in your butts. The only thing extra, please touch 'em. I got an older brother from a different mother. Don't matter much cause they like each other. Dude, Lang, Luxembourg. That's where I'm from, but I bet you've heard sex moves. I've got plenty, their power might taste like a souped up Hemi. Wake up in the morning to get things started. Blanket on your head, Dutch oven, I farted. Drink my pussy, rock and roll. Flip the coin, I'll pick the hole. Triple X, hip hop humor. Kinda like banging Amy Schumer.
Airtight sex game on lock. Behold, God. Beat it down right in time with the rhythm. Open your mouth for royal issues. When we speak, you listen. Alright, change positions. You wanna see those ears right in our face. Your pussy is a spacecraft. Take us out of space.
Blowing on that good haze, grinding her for 6 days. When I get home to mommy, I'ma feed it to her ribcage. I'm living off cocaine, pills, cigarettes, and vodka. Got these bitches from Mission Hill all the way to Opalaka. So put your hands in the air if you're feeling what I'm dealing, kid. Medical grade blueberry haze has got me chilling, kid. Let it be known, head killer kids. I'm beast on the microphone. MADROCK. Got a fresh head of hair, don't need a toupee. Rocking on the mic with Airtight and Kid Killer. Banging more hooks than the Thriller in Manila. We bless these beats with the
sex game on lock, behold, God, beat it down right in time with the rhythm, open your mouth for royal is when we speak, you listen, alright, change positions, you wanna see those ears right in our face, your pussy is a spacecraft, take us out of space, hot sex, therapeutic massage and cigarettes, she's addicted to the way that I do it. Stick it, do it, chew it, run right through it. We're running out of condoms every time that we meet. Think I'll buy some stock in Durex cause I'm planning to beat. Switching positions all the way to the end. The diamonds on Zinni held this girl's best friends. Turn the volume up to hear the king speak. We just finished shooting a piece with Robin Leach. My concubines are so divine, I'm so inclined to splurge. Sometimes I buy them necklaces other than pearls because I love my pretty girls. Airtight sex game on lock, behold, God, beat it down right in time with the rhythm, open your mouth for royal no position we speak, you listen, alright, change positions, you wanna see those ears right in our face, your pussy is a spacecraft, take us out of space.
Willie money dollar bills, call me what you want to. Twist up the deep inside and drop some diamonds on you. It's the $100 bill, K Illuminati gangster. I'm the best you ever seen, to go and tell your friends, girl. When I met you both, yo, I told you about my skills. While I wrote down my phone number on a $100 bill. The next day you called me up, came to show the king some love. DJ's in your guts about to make your ribs bust. First it's kinda shocking, then you loving how it feels. Diamonds on my knees, wrapped in $100 bills.
Airtight sex game on lock, behold, God, beat it down right in time with the rhythm, open your mouth for royal is when we speak, you listen, alright, change positions, you wanna see those ears right in our face, your pussy is a spacecraft, take us out of space. Airtight sex game on lock, behold, God, beat it down right in time with the rhythm, open your mouth for royal is when we speak, you listen, alright, change positions, you wanna see those ears right in our face, your pussy is a spacecraft, take us out of space.
Welcome back, everybody. It's Local Outbreak. Matt Connerton from IPMNation.com here on 100.1 The Planet and IPM Nation. And here is the next part of my recent interview with Ryan Gorman.
Shannon McGuire in the chat room says, I have a sweet and funny student in my kindergarten class who has not been officially diagnosed with ADHD, but it's pretty clear he is so much energy. Can't imagine being in his mind or body with other staff members telling him to, quote, settle down.
Yeah, well, I love this lady. Yeah. How can you, yeah.
Calm down.
Yeah,
hey,
calm down. Ryan,
down.
why don't you, that's the biggest thing that happened to me at barber school, man. Like, I was trying to tell them, like, I was trying to tell my barber teacher, like, yo, I have, like, because I don't look like I have a disability. Like, and again, I don't like to call it a disability anymore.
Right.
I like to call it a superpower. No. But, I mean, that's kind of how I have to look at it.
That's what
that's like how I have to look at it. Like,
that's what Dr. Kevin calls it. Yeah.
He a pediatrician?
No.
One of the other things I've noticed over, like, from the start of Manchester, like, one of the main things, like, I loved being creative, but one of the things I wanted from Manchester was, like, I wanted to be known. I wanted people to know who I was, like, fame, like, being noticed, like I want people to recognize, like, that has gone away completely. And again, this comes from years of being friends with Midas and just, like, you know, and it became more of I just want to make cool stuff. Yeah. I just want to make something that people appreciate. I honestly don't want to. I don't want to be, like, if
it happens, it happens.
If it happens, it happens. But it's not anything it's not anything I want.
Yeah.
Like,
I do.
I know that about you. I know that about you. I know that about you. That's why I was bringing it up. I know
and
that.
You're my ticket.
And I'll tell you what, though, this is the crazy thing. As much as he drives me nuts, I don't think my creative juices keep pumping as much as they do because there was a time not too long ago that me and him weren't hanging out for, like, a good chunk of time. And I'll tell you,
which Peter loves to talk about.
My creativeness kind of did go a little bit stagnant.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
And I'll tell you what, like, not to sound mushy, but you only get so many best friends. I think they were talking about it earlier on the morning show, like, hanging out with your best friends after a while is just so easy, and that's how it has to be. Otherwise, they're not your best friend. That's the indicator if it's easy or not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And a grudge is a grudge, and grudges go away. They literally do. Time does heal wounds.
And life's much too short to hold on to stuff anyway.
And I think it depends on what
Well, it depends on what it is, of course.
Too.
Like,
well,
if someone...
I mean, all the stuff I feel he's done that has made me step away, it's like, all forgivable. It's just it's, you know.
I want to know what Matt was going to say. Like if someone...
Oh, like if someone murdered my family, I wouldn't be like, hey, it's all good, you know.
You
just had a bad day. No, I mean, there's some grudges that are worth holding on to.
Only a real friend would do that for you in the right circumstances.
Right.
I do feel, though,
right?
I would like to think that I do have the ability to, if someone did do that, and I could tell that they were truly repentant over it.
Oh, no. Shut up.
No, I'm not joking. I would like to think that I could get rid of that.
Right.
Because like you said, life is not only that, but that sucks carrying around that, you know.
Oh my God.
It hurts you. It doesn't hurt the person.
Exactly,
it doesn't hurt the person the grudge is against. It hurts
exactly.
you. We have a call.
That is true, actually.
Yeah.
How about a nice big kiss?
Is this Crazy Joe?
Absolutely. Who else talks like this?
Oh,
nobody in New Hampshire talks like this.
Yeah, get out of town, Joe. Yeah, we do.
What's on your mind, Crazy Joe? You all know Crazy Joe.
Yeah, I heard of him. Not impressed.
Who's that voice there?
Ooh.
That's the B word. You called me a B word last time.
Oh, that's right. You guys were beefing. Crazy.
That's your boy over there, right?
That's Gonzo at the news desk.
That's everybody's boy. I'm a fan favorite.
But Crazy Joe is on a much more positive path now, right? Crazy Joe, we've got you on a positive path.
I have my moments though. I'm actually in front of my therapist's office.
You are?
And I was going to call into the show before you signed off because I'm going to meet her at 5:30, and I was going to have you talk to her.
You were going to have me talk to your therapist?
Yeah, for her to tell you what a wonderful guy I am.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, sure, I would love to talk to your therapist. If
that's okay with you, you know. I mean, we're going to meet at 5:30, and I'm going to tell the good news that I'm hooked up with you. That you're my savior of broadcasting.
Wow. All right. So what are you going to, you want to call us when you're with your therapist? Okay.
I thought maybe you wanted to ask her a question.
Oh, yes. I have lots of questions for her. Yes. Okay. Abigail Jem is asking, what kind of therapist is this? Are you still there, Joe?
He's been doing this.
Nope.
This is a shtick, Matt.
We lost him.
I'm here.
Oh, there you are.
I was saying to Jen, what other kind of therapy is there? What they call that? Head therapy.
Okay. Well, very good.
Psychologist?
Boring.
All right, Joe. So you're gonna. All right. Well,
I mean, Howard Stern's been to one for a very long time, and I believe in the same thing. I think it's great.
Oh, I love therapy.
Yeah, you go to.
Oh my God! Yeah, I love therapy. Are you kidding me?
Oh, no kidding.
I think it's the greatest. I think it is the greatest thing a human being can do.
Oh, wow!
And the funny thing is, my parents would always be like, well, you need to go talk to somebody. And now I'm so into therapy. I have a couple of them actually. And I said to my dad once, I'm like, you should go to therapy. And he took offense to it. He was like,
really?
Why? What's wrong? What do I need? And it's like, whoa.
Some people are very closed off to it.
It's like, no, dude, it's not about my dad would think that by taking me to a therapist, they're going to fix whatever is wrong. And it's like, no, they teach you to, a therapist would, the reason I wanted my dad or my parents to talk to one is so that a therapist could essentially tell them, there's nothing you can do about what he's going to do.
Right.
So you can bang your head against the wall all day long being you want this person to change. You want this, the bottom line is you can only control yourself, and Gonzo can't make me mad. You can't you can say things to me, but the thing that makes me mad is however I'm going to react.
You're responsible for how you respond. Yeah. Yes.
So the more I've taught myself that, it's it's great. It frustrates people around me. They're like, "How can you not be upset right now?" I'm like,
Right.
Do you find it hard to get with a therapist and trust them though? Like that would be my issue.
I used
give
to
him my details and then him look at me like just another person. Like,
No.
Like I'd rather talk to my best friends about my issues.
Yeah, but I don't think, dude. I'm telling you. So that's a great question, though, Gonzo. Do you find it hard? And at first, yeah, I did, because I was going to therapists that like when I the first ADD doctor person I went to was, somebody my parents picked out and this and that, and now I go to therapists that I have sought out. I've read what their specialties are. And you're gonna have a field day with this one, but women, I have to have a female therapist. And this is also gonna sound weird.
No,
this is also gonna sound weird. But it has to be a therapist roughly around my same age,
right,
anywhere from 30 to 50. Because if it's someone a female that's 65 or something, she's not gonna really understand what I'm talking about. Neither is a gentleman of that age, and I got enough dudes my age.
You want potential to take it to the next level.
Are you talking about a complete violation of HIPAA laws for that female therapist?
Well, isn't that the ultimate goal?
No. But no, you know what? This is something I'd ask my therapist though, because this is how much I love therapy. I'd be like, why is that though? Is that the reason? Is that the reason? Back deep down in the back of my, is that what it is?
What do you think, Matt? Is that the reason?
No,
I don't think it is either.
No.
But it's certainly something I would ask. I'm not above any type of
So do you go consistently? Are you currently actively?
I do. Yeah.
Wow.
I do. Yeah.
Good for you. Good for you.
Wow, he said.
Yeah.
No, that's because a lot of people they go and they don't stick with it. And
one of my therapists now, one of my therapists now is also a shaman. She's also
you've told me about her.
She's also a psychologist.
Yes, you told me about her.
Yeah, which is great.
And she's hot.
She is attractive. She just got married actually, just recently. So
very good. Very
good.
Have
to find a new therapist. No.
Yeah. But you have a demo. You have a filter.
Crazy Joe mentioned Howard Stern. He's been going to a therapist for decades. Decades, yeah.
Yeah, I would go to therapy. I feel like I should, but I wouldn't want to sit down with someone that I just don't know if he cares enough. Why am I going to give him everything if they're not going to receive it well? It should be some kind of I don't know, a date, a bro date. Let's go to a Fisher Cats game.
No, but you know what, though, Gonzo? All that stuff that they have on their wall, that degree they have, the doctorate they have, the HIPAA laws that they respect. I would say that you're going to find that 90% of those people are exactly what they say they are, and you can trust them.
I don't know about 90. I would say
I would absolutely
50.
would say about. You think it's 50-50?
I think a lot of these people are just pill doctors, to be honest.
Well, first of all, you have to be a psychiatrist to do that, or a nurse practitioner. Dude, you could go.
I assume that's who you would.
No, I don't want.
What's a psychiatrist? Then?
A psychiatrist
someone you sit down and
is
lay
an
on
actual
couch.
MD. They have a medical degree.
Right,
doctor.
a psychiatrist can prescribe,
right,
but not a psychologist.
Psychologist can't. Or you could even go talk.
This is a hot acupuncturist.
They can't prescribe you anything either. But I've also go to. I haven't for a while, but I also get acupuncture too.
Oh,
acupuncture in your ears.
I have had that when Elizabeth Ropp, the acupuncture.
Yeah, Rob. Yeah.
Oh, that's who.
I go to one of Rob's friends. Yeah.
Okay, and what does that do for you? Do you feel?
Well, it relaxes me first of all, and then also releases a bunch of friggin' toxins.
But the acupuncturist you go to, do they put actual needles in your, or they just, because I've also Liz Ropp has done for me just to demonstrate the I forget what they're called now.
Cones.
No, they're not. Is it cones?
You're talking about the seeds.
The seeds.
Yeah.
Yep. The ear seeds.
Ryan gave me a nice Christmas candle last year. I'm wondering if that came from your ears or not.
The Christmas candle. I don't think I've ever. Is that an earwax, Joe?
Yeah, you don't make earwax candles.
No.
Oh,
I am a big fan of earwax.
It tasted weird.
Oh boy.
Ominous.
So, but your entry into therapy started with your parents sending you when you were a kid?
Yeah. It was forced entry.
Yeah. Because of your ADHD?
Yeah.
Is that how you were diagnosed?
Well, it was because I wasn't diagnosed with ADHD until I was 17.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, so you talk about and then it was like my parents were like, well, you got to go to college. Like I'm like, I hate school. I'd rather just like this is like one thing of how parents parents do the best that they can with what they've got. So my parents parented me, the way that they instilled the things they felt their parents did good into me, and then anything that probably disturbed them is stuff they cut out of it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like with my kids, like so I'll instill the fact that like my mom is very honest. My parents are both hard workers. They tell you you're going to do something, they're going to do it. Like they're good. Their word is good. Stuff like that is, which, I used to hate growing up because it prevented me from doing, a lot of things that I wanted to do as a kid. Yeah. But that's the stuff I appreciate now because I know I'm a good person. I know I'm a polite person. I know I'm decent. But one of the things that I definitely will not instill in my children, and I can tell, especially my youngest, I would have these, I still have the same dreams I had as a kid. Like I want to do now. Yeah. And one thing I will not do to my kids is if whatever they're passionate about, go for it.
Good.
Go for it. I don't care. No, you don't have to. Like my parents were very, and it was out of a place of love, but it was like, play it safe.
Yeah.
Like just why don't you go to college, get a degree, have that as a fallback plan, and then go drive out to Hollywood and do whatever. And it's like, I'm also glad I didn't drive out to Hollywood. I'd probably be dead. I'd probably be dead by now and or like just, lost in the mix. But, so everything happens for a reason. But one thing I will not tell my kids is play it safe. Like, whatever they're after, go for it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, boy, this has been
it's been like a secret little pro therapy show.
This has been I think this has been a very productive show. Actually,
we should do like public service announcements for kids in middle school because they don't get what they're putting out, but we have a way of getting through to people.
That's right. I think we've helped some people today. I think we've healed some babies.
I think they should have me go and speak at schools.
Getting a little carried away. Yikes.
Are you allowed at West yet?
Why would I ever want to go to West?
Just West.
No. This has been a little unusual, but
yeah, it is. But that's fun. And also, I think therapy in all forms, you don't just have to pay a high priced therapist. Maybe just if you got something on your chest, you got someone near you that you trust, talk to them because you can get it off your chest, and maybe that brainstorming will get you an idea of what to go forward,
Absolutely.
Don't smoke cigarettes.
We'll make sounds like animals. When the lights go out, the panties come down, then we'll make sounds like animals. When the lights go out, the panties come down, then we'll make sounds like animals.
Your Highness starts this evening at the side of the pool while I'm waiting on my concubines to finish up school. By the time they get here and everything's done, I strap on my kicks cause it's time to run. I call up my brother, say, what's the dilly? He says he's coming over with a driver named Willie. He's hanging Ebony on the limo ride over. Everyone's grabbing it's even the chauffeur.
Fashionably late as we stroll up into the club. 2 bottles of Hennessy and 4 bottles of Bub. Gotta push our way through women just to take a drink. Airtight is in the building, shorty, what you think? You say you're having a great time, well I'ma make it greater. The after party's coming later in the Winnebago. You wanna giggle, wiggle, shiver, scream and shout. Well, what you think is gonna happen when the lights go out?
When the lights go out, the panties come down, then we'll make sounds like animals. When the lights go out, the panties come down, then we'll make sounds like like animals.
27 women just strolled through the door. That's why we always purchase the top 2 floors. Black ones, white ones, and plenty of Asians, Latinos, Indians, Puerto Ricans, and Haitians. Airtight is gonna love you just as long as you're hot. It's better if you're single and you have to smoke pot. And as long as you stay patient, it's okay if you pout. It's gonna turn into a smile when we're banging you out.
Once the lights are down, that's when I remove the crown. The first royal to make you turn around, cause I picked the first position and it's you. Mr. Luther Campbell taught me that's what's up. You're so glad to be here, I can see it on your face. If you wait a couple minutes, I got 3s you can taste.
When the lights go out, the panties come down, then we make sounds like animals. When the lights go out, the panties come down, then we'll make sounds like animals.
Hey everybody, well that's about going to do it for this week's Local Outbreak on IPM Nation and 100.1 The Planet. Matt Connerton from IPMNation.com, thanking you for joining me for another journey through the New Hampshire music scene. And I hope you enjoyed our conversation with Ryan Gorman. We're going to close out with one more track from his music project, Airtight. This is called Welcome to Luxembourg. And we have, or is it Luxembourg? I'm never sure how to pronounce it. And we have played this on the show before. This is a favorite of some of our listeners from Airtight, featuring Ryan Gorman. And we will leave you with this.
Royalty, ain't it? Welcome to Luxembourg, we're right next to France, Germany, Belgium, and also your pants. Our main source of industry is strictly finance, and if you're hot, ready, and willing, we'll give you a chance. Welcome to Luxembourg, we're right next to France, Germany, Belgium, and also your pants. Our main source of industry is strictly finance, and if you're hot, ready, and willing, we'll give you a chance.
Hello everybody, what's the news? How you doing? Touch is the name, it's your booty I be screwing. Grew up in Luxembourg, the border of France. Any more questions, remove your pants. This is how we roll and this is how we do it. If you got big boobs, blonde hair, then I'll screw it. I speak English, German, Dutch and French, but it's Luxembourgish that I'm most fluent. My country's biggest industry is banking and finance. I'm rich as now watch me dance. Welcome to my party, it's invite only. You never need a ticket, just need to be. Well, the party steady rocks till 5 a.m. The party don't stop till I puke in the den. Sal Jonas on security's the best in the biz. He hires local peasants to clean up odd shit.
Welcome to Luxembourg, we're right next to France, Germany, Belgium, and also your pants. Our main source of industry is strictly finance, and if you're hot, ready, and willing, we'll give you a chance. Welcome to Luxembourg, we're right next to France, Germany, Belgium, and also your pants. Our main source of industry is strictly finance, and if you're hot, ready, and willing, we'll give you a chance.
Lots of Newberg and creme brulee, I'll take care of the check. Moet, Chandon, and then consensual sex. Can't forget the prophylactics, Chica Magnums are best. And if you got some in your pocket, baby, shoot me a text. We heading back to the palace because they're feeling the phalluses. And they didn't just give us head, they gave us calluses. Why don't you take a break and catch your breath? They said they love the prices and they don't need a rest. Brains, brawn, royalty, and wealth.
Too much kinky sex is great for your health. Porn star, politician, baby, don't you forget it. If I got her in my sights, it's guaranteed I'ma bid it. Say you've never been to Luxembourg. Well, if that's true, then let me put a little bit of Luxembourg in you. Han Hot's the name, and I'm adored by women from the cliffs of Dover to the top of Rock Bremen. Welcome to Luxembourg. We're right next to France, Germany, Belgium, and also your pants. Our main source of industry is strictly finance, and if you're hot, ready, and willing, we'll give you a chance. Welcome to Luxembourg. We're right next to France, Germany, Belgium, and also your pants. Our main source of industry is strictly finance, and if you're hot, ready, and willing, we'll give you a chance.